I feel like not enough people talk about this part when it comes to getting out of the military. You are not just losing your job, you are losing your fucking identity. When you're in, everything is structured. The time that you need to wake up and be at formation or be at PT, you have all this structure. You have to go to work here at this specific time. You don't get to fucking go home, and it's different hours all the time. You might have to show up at like 07, maybe 08. Sometimes PT is canceled because you have to actually get to work earlier. And then sometimes it's a fucking 12-hour day. And then don't even get me started on the field. If you go to the field, you're on 24/7 for however many weeks or months that you're out there. So there's a lot there to really define you, and there's a lot there for you to really know your role while you are in. And it's super simple. Like, the military really is simple. A lot of like the smartest people I've ever met have been in the military, but also the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met have been in the military. So, and they've all been able to do their job to, some extent. So it's pretty easy. Like, your job, you just fucking execute. That's it. Stuff like that becomes so normal to you that you don't even question it. You just do it. You just fucking execute. And you're doing it like everybody's on the same page too. So even if you were kind of like an outlier, like what the fuck, but everyone else is kind of like maybe thinking the same thing and expressing the same things to each other, you still all work together and make sure that whatever needs to get done gets fucking done. So it almost like doesn't matter. And everybody, you want to execute to the best of your fucking abilities. You don't want to be that weak link in your platoon. You don't want to be a piece of shit. So your role and your job is taken serious to an extent of like getting the job fucking done, right? And your role, your identity. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, we're Marines, right? So for me personally, I was in the Marine Corps. I can't speak too much on the other branches, but I feel like it's very, very fucking similar. And then you get out and all of a sudden your schedule is fucking completely different. Nobody's telling you what the fuck to do. You don't have to go to PT. You don't have to train like that anymore, unless obviously your job requires it. Let's say like if you're in law enforcement or something. But even then, you see a lot of fucking fat law enforcement anyway, because it's not a requirement anymore. As long as you just get through the academy, right, and you're good to go. But there's a few things that you just don't have to really worry about anymore. Or I'll say this, a few things that aren't forced anymore, right? Like keeping to your schedule and keeping fit and not looking like a bag of shit, right? Taking care of your appearance, how you actually carry yourself, being proud of like, fuck yeah, I am a fucking Marine, right? And I'm sure other branches can relate to that and feel the same. For me personally, when I got out, I started going to school full time. I took advantage of the GI Bill. So I started going to school full time. And then for my area, I was getting paid like a few grand a month, which is really nice. And then, on top of that, you have your VA disability claims. And then also, that's just, a little money talk. But when it comes to my schedule, all my classes are fucking online. You only have to show up, as long as you show up like once, there's a period in your semester where you have to show up like once, you're considered full time. So for me, that's with my English class. I have to show up once every week on a Tuesday for like 2 hours or something. And that's it. The rest of it is online. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to make my own schedule. But that just goes to show that there's nobody telling you like, hey, this needs to be your schedule. This is what it is. Figure it out, make it happen. And the reason I did that is because I needed to pursue my online fitness coaching business. And I wanted control over the schedule. If I were to get like a regular job, 9-to-5 job, my schedule is dictated based off of that fucking job. Say if I have to show up from 9 to 5, okay, from all those hours, I'm working there. And, I would probably go to the gym before that, then go to work, get off at 5, be tired as shit at the end of the day, and then have to, find the willpower to put in as much work as I possibly could into my business before I have to go to sleep, hopefully get enough hours of sleep, and then wake up and start all over again. So it could be a lot, and that's the reason why I decided to go to school full time. It's so I can control my schedule. But a thing with that, like something that I really needed to take like a grasp of, was actually forcing myself to follow that schedule, right? Because like it's just school. I don't have to be anywhere, can wake up whenever the fuck I want. There are no PT standards with school. I could have easily got fat, right? But I didn't do that. A big thing that I did was I made a schedule. I was, okay, look, hour by hour, this is what I'm gonna fucking do. I even took into account like, oh, taking my dog on a walk, you know, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do, you know, hygiene, morning piss, shit, shower, shave, whatever, and then take my dog on a walk, come back, eat. Like I was planning, I had to plan out every hour of my day. There was just like, I know maybe that like for some people that might be like a little too far to a certain extent, but I had to do that. Like I was going from this very structured Marine Corps fucking schedule to, okay, figure it out, you're all on your own. Literally night and day. I'm like, holy shit. So I had to do that, man. And I think a lot of people don't really take the effort. You know, a lot of veterans don't really take the effort to create that type of schedule for themselves. And that's where certain things like priorities can kind of get set on the back burner, right? Their only priority is their job now. And then that's it. People say like, oh, and my job in providing for my family. You going to work is providing for your fucking family because then you're making money. And this is another thing that nobody fucking talks about, dude. It's losing your identity, man. So I was no longer a sergeant, right? I was no longer in the Marine Corps. Once a Marine, always a Marine, but no longer in the Marine Corps. My uniform didn't mean shit. I haven't put it on since fucking, I don't know, a couple months because that's when I was in, but I'm out now. I don't see myself ever touching that shit again. That whole identity of being a sergeant in the Marine Corps, stripped, gone, day and night. And now it's like, no, who am I? And I think an identity issue is common amongst veterans. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot to go through. And I think a lot of people kind of suppress that when they get out and they kind of just go through the motions like, okay, I'm supposed to wake up at this time. I'm going to go to the gym or whatever, probably not, right? Because you're just, you know, stressed out about all these other things. But okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to come back, see my family, probably fucking drink, and then relax and just get through the fucking day, man. It's like, dude, I'm just living at this point. It's like right when you get out, you're just like, oh shit, it really is overwhelming. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And you're just trying to survive. And then as you get used to it, that's when you kind of make adjustments, right? And that's why I like talking to veterans, because I feel like I can aid them in that process, because it's something that I personally believe I kind of got a hold of fairly quickly. And it's just because I'm a very structured person already, and I just need that. I don't like random spontaneous shit. Call me fucking boring. Sometimes it is fun. So I won't say that I completely like dislike it. It's just, that's just not the basis for how I go throughout my day. Random spontaneous shit. Let's say like I'll wake up on a Saturday morning and my wife is like, hey, fuck it, let's go to the beach. Or hey, fuck it, let's drive up to LA or San Diego or whatever. You know, something random like that. Oh, let's go try a new restaurant. I'm like, oh, all right, fuck it. Like, that's fun. I like that. But for that to be the basis of my day every day, fuck no. I have to create a schedule. I need to know what I'm doing every fucking hour, damn near, you know? And I mean, a big part of that is because I'm running my fucking business, and you got to put like an unreasonable amount of effort into a brand new business. Otherwise it's not going to take off. And the beginning is probably the hardest fucking part. You know, I'm still in the beginning, so that's all I can speak on. But, you know, just based off of, you know, talking to other business owners, talking to my mentor, and, you know, just life experience of, you know, witnessing certain people go after their goals and dreams and stuff. You know, I don't have all the experience in the world. I'm, you know, about to be 30 years old, so I have some experience. I'm not fucking brand new to this shit. But what do most guys do? What they do is they set all that other shit that they were forced to do on the back burner, or it is non-existent, such as their fitness, which in my opinion is the biggest fucking mistake that you can make. You need to keep track of your fitness, because it just requires you to have certain characteristics in order to be successful with it. You cannot be fucking lazy and have an awesome physique. You cannot be fucking inconsistent and have an awesome physique. You just can't. So if you were to pursue this awesome fucking goal of getting in great shape, or at least maintaining what you had in the military, in my opinion, I think you can get in even better shape out of the military, because now you can control more elements, such as, you know, your sleep, how, you know, your schedule, most importantly, and your nutrition. Because, you know, as we all know, if you've ever gone to the field, your sleep is like random as fuck. Sometimes you have 2 hours of fire watch, and you know, it's like a total of like, you know, I remember like going to sleep at like I think it was 7 p.m. It's like, okay, rack out 7 p.m. We're gonna wake up at 11 p.m. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's obviously not optimal for getting in great shape, because, you know, you got to get sleep. Without sleep, you're not recovering well. Without recovery, there's no progression, right? So that's the reason I bring that up. But, you know, it's a huge mistake to put your fitness on the back burner. A lot of people just get super fucking comfortable, man. And, you know, there's this saying, I'm going to sound like a boot right now, but there's this saying in the military that, you know, complacency kills. And basically what that means is that, you know, if you go out and, you know, on a patrol and you are just complacent, you're like, oh, you know, we haven't taken contact in fucking months, weeks, whatever. We haven't taken contact in a very long time. We're good. I don't need to worry about it. I'm just going to, you know, have my rifle down here, kind of just like not even be vigilant at all. I'm just going to walk and then wait for this shit to be over with so I can fucking rack out. And bam, that's when you are the most vulnerable. You're not paying attention. Ambush comes, you're fucking dead. And that's what that means by complacency kills. And I know that's kind of like over exaggerated, right? But basically the point is that being comfortable will fucking ruin you. So after you get out, you know, I wouldn't necessarily seek comfort like that, because comfortable doesn't make you fucking awesome. It just doesn't. Being comfortable, making all these basic comfortable fucking decisions is not going to get you in this awesome shape that you want to be in. Going to the gym and like slaying yourself and being super fucking tired and exhausted and all sweaty, like that is like an uncomfortable spot to be in. But you come to fucking like love that shit because it's just all perspective, right? And you're like, hell yeah, I am on my way to my dream physique. Hell yeah, I'm doing what most people don't do. So although it is kind of like uncomfortable, it's still a great fucking thing. So that's why you need to embrace being uncomfortable. If you embrace comfort, the fuck, you're just going to be average like any other average person out here. No veteran wants that, man. You joined the fucking military because you didn't want to be average. So now that you get out, why are you fucking average? You should continue on that fucking philosophy that you believed in even before you fucking joined. And now that you got out, you're like, oh, okay, I can be fat now. That doesn't make any sense to me. I've talked about this in other videos. It's an overdose of freedom. You have this overdose of freedom and you don't know what to do with it. All you know is, okay, the only thing that's really set in my schedule is I have to go to work. And then after that, oh man, I don't have to worry about some staff sergeant asshole telling me what to do even after work, or NCOs banging on my door to come trash my fucking room. Hell yeah, I'm just here with my wife and my kids, or, you know, whatever. I can just fucking drink and jerk off and fucking play video games. Hell yeah, bro, this is awesome. And then next thing you know, you're fucking fat and out of shape. For me, when I got out, what was difficult at first was making myself get up in the morning. That was the hardest part. For a while, I was getting up at, you know, decent hours, but it was nowhere near where it was before. And now I'm getting up at, you know, around 6 a.m., sometimes a little before that. Depends, like it might be 5 or 5 something, just depending, because my restroom schedule is always right before my fucking alarm goes off. So I usually end up waking up, you know, pretty early. And now I do. Now you know, usually I would get up, go pee, and then lay back down and pass out again. But now, like, I make sure that I get to sleep a little earlier, and then that way when I wake up I feel fine, and I'll like make myself, like, I'll get up, pee, turn on the shower, and hop right in there just to make myself wake up. And then I'll go right into my kitchen, and I don't drink water first thing in the morning. I'll have a little bit of caffeine. I'll just take a swig. It's not a lot. And then I'll have my water with my creatine and stuff. And so far that's been working great for me. And it's because I made myself do it. I was like, dude, I cannot, excuse me. I cannot be like all these other veterans, because I see a lot of veterans on Instagram. You know, a lot of them follow me and I follow some of them. And they're almost all like over fucking weight, dude. So what helped me change was like committing to a set schedule, and, you know, setting hours that I was going to work, setting hours that I was going to, this is when I'm going to go to the gym, literally hour by hour. I highly recommend you guys get a schedule book or something where you can write it down, so you don't have to fill out every hour, on your own, unless you want to do that, whatever. But you need to set every hour of your fucking day. Like, I am going to wake up, this is what I'm going to wind down to. So it's not just like, oh, I wake up and it's a full sprint all the way till dinner. No, you need to have time, like, okay, here I'm going to take like a 15 to maybe 20-minute break. I'm going to go walk my dog here. I'm going to, you know, take time to make food, maybe do some chores, just kind of like wind down a little bit. And then, okay, let me lock back in. Okay, now, you know, the wife is like making dinner, right? Or you guys make dinner together. Sometimes my wife and I do that. And then after that, you eat together. And then the rest of the night, that's your guys' time to wind down and be with each other. The main thing that kept me grounded was fitness, because every single morning I would do my normal routine, hygiene, the shit, shower, shave, take my dog on a walk, have my pre-workout meal, and then I would head to the fucking gym. And then I would come back and I would have my post-workout meal. What that did was really catapult my fucking day. I started my day off with something structured and productive. It gave me something to chase. It's like I had something that I had control of, something to continue working towards. It gave me a goal, right? Because after you get out of the military, it's like, fuck, what do I even work on? Who the hell am I, right? Fitness was the rock that really fucking held me down, man. Every veteran needs to take advantage of fucking fitness. Seriously, because every military branch has physical fitness standards, regardless of, how easy some of them may be. The Air Force, you can literally walk and still pass, right? But a lot of people aren't even fucking walking these days. Damn, look around you. If all these people would just put in 7,000 to 10,000 steps every single day, their weight would likely, at least not go up as quickly, right? Or it would stall, or they would start to lose fucking weight if they would just get some steps in. So even then, but either way, what veterans need to do when they first get out, or, hopefully when they first get out is, really attack fucking fitness. And, it's not too late. Even if you've been out for a year or 10 years, doesn't matter. You can still adopt fitness into your plan. And you should, and you fucking need to. Like, no matter what, when everything else felt kind of wild, like I didn't have control over anything, fitness was still fucking there. The gym was still fucking there. It will always fucking be there. You can always start your day off with getting a fucking pump in. Therefore, always starting your day off with doing something fucking productive and very good for you, very good for yourself and your health. And then there's the ripple effect of outside, people seeing you do that. They're like, damn, this guy's in shape. This guy has his fucking... If you go to the gym in the morning, people think your life is squared away. People think that you are a very productive person, because most people that are very productive and successful do fucking exercise. Whether, it might not just be in the morning, maybe they do it in the evening, depending on their schedule, or even during lunch, whatever. But either way, it's all the same required characteristics that I always talk about that, that you need in order to get in fucking awesome shape. And those characteristics are what you need to also do awesome in your business or awesome at your job, whatever that may be. As I started to get used to this, what I realized was that I didn't need the military to have structure. I could make it on my own, right? It was just the transition out. How did I continue it, right? And I think a lot of people needed the military to teach them structure and to have structure. And when people get out, they just didn't maintain it. But you don't need it. You don't fucking need it. Even if you didn't maintain it at first, you can still build structure later. My goal was to maintain it even when I got out. And although, I did struggle a little bit. I was, just trying to figure out what the fuck to do with my day. Obviously I had these tasks that I had set for myself for my business, which I was doing. And I was still learning too, because like my business is still like pretty new and I'm still getting really used to it. But also figuring out how to fit school and, with the, my schedule there. And then just now that I'm at home more often, it's like, okay, now I have at home responsibilities. So how do I fit all these different things in? So I was like, I know that if I want my life to be easier, I need to have a set schedule. If you are a veteran watching this and you feel like you kind of resonated with that, like ever since you got out, your EAS, you've been kind of struggling with that. Look, man, you're not alone and you're not broken. You're not fucking all fucked up. You're not retarded. You're not dumb. You just lack your structure, man. That's it. You just lost your structure. You're still a good fucking dude. And yes, you do have what it takes and you are fucking worth it. What I recommend is start here. Just start training, go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. I'm not saying, 0-6 PT every single day, like in the military. Absolutely not. None of that is necessary. Just pick 3 days, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or if you want to do 4 days, I recommend Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and just start there. Now, when it comes to your steps, shoot for 7,000. Once you get used to that, keep bumping it up by, whatever is feasible for you, but eventually you want to reach 10,000 every single day. Okay, so just start getting some more steps in, just some more movement in. Take your dog on a walk. After every meal, go on like a 10 to hopefully a 20-minute walk is ideal, because if you have 3 meals a day, 20, 40, 60, that's an hour of walking every single day, which is excellent. And that's going to be majority of your steps in that day. And then what you also need to do is structure your eating. So no more fucking like Goldfish crackers and whatever bullshit that you get from the gas station, all these random fucking energy drinks and fucking snacks and cookies and donuts and bullshit, right? Have some more structure to that. Prioritize your protein with literally every single meal. I'm not saying that's the only thing you need to have, but if you are planning out your meals, plan out protein first. 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. And then after that, just don't go stupid with the snacks, right? Just have enough carbs to get some energy and enough fat to keep you a little fuller, but don't go overboard with the fat either. And I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but just start with, a couple things here and there, right? Like maybe first you want to get used to getting some steps in every day, right? First, like pick a habit to build and then stick with it. And then once that's easy and it's really like it's second nature now, that's when you can start building all these other habits. And then once they become second nature, you can continue to build off of that, right? That's what I highly recommend that you do, and I think that's what most veterans need. The military, it gave you discipline, but it's up to you to keep it. And if you don't, you are slowly going to lose that version of yourself that was highly respected. If you're somebody that needs help rebuilding that structure in your life, or if you've never even had structure, say you've never been in the military, just reach out, man. Just hit me up. We can have a conversation. I help people out all the time. I actually have a free training in the description. Just click the link. It says free training, and then also connect with me. I have my Instagram in there. Just click on the Instagram, give me a follow. This whole conversation is just one of the things that I talk about, but it's basically like, it's kind of the basis of my content, right? Fitness. So if you need more content like that, you need more positive words coming your way, more understanding of how you're feeling and what you're going through, and just you need some mentorship or some guidance, just click on the Instagram link that's in the description. Give me a follow, shoot me a DM. Dude, just hit me up. We'll have a conversation. And, it's not all about like, oh, fucking let me be your coach. No, dude, sometimes people literally just need to have a conversation, right? And I'm 100% down for that, because I've been there. And I hate the way that it felt, and I don't want anybody else to feel that way either. If you watched the video all the way through, I appreciate you. If you want to see more content like this, just hit the subscribe button, because I post weekly. I post like 3 to 5 times every single week. So if you need to see more content, just hit the subscribe button. And again, I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next video.